Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make some beef stew. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we're going to start off by prepping our veggies. We have some radishes here that we cut off the tips and just basically diced them in half. We then took rutabaga and we peeled it and then cut it up into 1-inch pieces. And then we put both of them into a large bowl and then just washed them off, rinsed them off, got all the dirt and everything off of them, and sat them to the side to get through the rest of our veggies. Then here now we have our beef here. We took we put the whole piece into the freezer for about 30 minutes for it to firm up so it'll be easier to chop, and just cut that up also into 1-inch cubes, and we added that to our cast iron skillet with some olive oil, and we seasoned this lightly with just some salt and pepper evenly, and we just wanted to get some color all over the outside of on all sides of the meat. Once the meat was finished, we just took that off the heat and set that to the side. And once that was done, we chopped up an onion, a medium-sized onion, just into same size 1-inch pieces, trying to get everything cut up uniformly, all to be the same size, so that way it all cooks evenly. For this, we just wanted to brown up the bottom of, we wanted to brown the onions, but also get up all the bits and pieces from the bottom of the pan, and we cooked that up. We then got to our slow cooker and crock pot. Put that on 8 minutes. Put that on 8 hours on low. Then we added in our meat that we had set to the side along with the juices that accumulated from it. We then added in our onions and some baby carrots. Poured in our root vegetables. And then to that we added in about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Then we added in some of our Cooking with Thatown2 Italian seasoning, which has some oregano, marjoram, basil, rosemary and thyme in it, sage, and added that to our bowl as well. And then we added in some chili powder, some paprika, some celery seed, and we diced up a few pieces of garlic, and then we poured in some beef stock. Now we wanted to just mix everything up, get everything coated with the liquid and everything so that to start cooking. I probably should have added all of the vegetables in first and put that at the bottom, and then just poured the meat and onions over top so that the fats from that just to render down over the meat, but it's going to be cooking in here for so long it doesn't really matter. I forgot to add in some additional rosemary and bay leaves, so I went ahead and did that. Popped the lid back on. And then I forgot to add celery, so added that to it as well, and then gave it one last mix, and from here we were good to go. Let it start cooking. Here we are at the 4-hour mark, halfway through. Got a nice little facial. You see a lot of liquid starting to come up from the meat, vegetables. The meat is still not as tender as we'd like it to be. The vegetables are definitely not done yet. They're still very hard, not fork tender at all. So we just basically wanted to give everything a good mix, and then we pushed everything down to get everything into the liquid so that it all cooked. Pop the lid back on and just let it continue to cook. Now here we are at the 7-hour mark. We basically have 1 hour left to go. We have some nice color in our broth and everything. The vegetables are starting to get all the way tender there. We went ahead and took out about 2 ladles of the liquid, and we put that into the refrigerator to cool off for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once it was cool, we then took 1 tablespoon of xanthan gum and added that to our broth. And Team No Whisk here, we went ahead and just mixed that up with a fork as best as we could. Just continue to mix and try to get all the lumps out of that. And we're going to use this to thicken up our broth for our stew. Went ahead and poured that back into our beef stew and stirred everything up again, and then popped the lid back onto that and let it cook for the final hour. After the 8 hours were done, this is how our beef stew looked after we plated it up. We took the beef stew and put it into a large bowl and just topped it off with some chopped up parsley. And this came out very nice. The potatoes, they look like potatoes, but the radishes and the rutabaga, they worked very well. Had a little bit of earthy taste to it, but they worked definitely well in place of potatoes. Here you can see our sauce here. It thickened up a lot from the xanthan gum that we added to it. It's not as runny as it was previously, but it still has all the flavor and everything into it from all the vegetables and meat that we cooked in with it. The beef is nice, fork tender, very soft. The only thing different is some people may like their vegetables to have more color. Cooking it with the liquid the whole time, it will lose a lot of its color and take on the color of the broth. But if you want your vegetables to be more bright and more colorful, you could par cook them or just cook them in some water or steam them halfway through, and then just add them to the mixture at around the 2-hour mark so that they'll cook through with the rest of the vegetables. But everything here came out great. Anyone has any comments or questions about the recipe, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.